Welcome to episode 4 of Discovery Makes Knowledge. Today I want to go back to a street that I've ridden through a few times, but I've never actually stopped to take a look. It's by far one of the coolest streets, so I'm really excited to show you around, and hopefully I can finish before the rain starts. This is the entrance to Nawate Dori, which is Nawate Street. Although it's only 3 blocks of small shops, this frog-themed street is very popular amongst tourists and locals alike. The small shops, all the food stalls, and this little river that it follows make the street a very irresistible destination. There's lots of gift shops with all the handcrafted Matsumoto goods. You have your antique shops where you can buy old stamps or old household supplies. I'm always a sucker for antiques, especially when there's old toys. More handcrafted goods and antiques, and always with the frogs. Hello? Hello? Hello! Shh! Another produce shop. They have a lot of really expensive boutique type shops, like this Wabi Sabi place. They even have small stands where they just have normal household goods like pots and clothes and shoes. There's flower shops, lots of snack stalls. I'm gonna come back here to this ramen shop when I get hungry. Back in Japan's Edo era, this street was the border between the samurai residences and the commoner residences. But that's not why it's so popular. Its popularity comes from the Yoshida Shrine behind me. It's right in the heart of Nawate Dori. When it was finished being built in 1879, it started drawing a lot of people to this street. And because horse carriages were banned on this street because of the shrine, this street became a very safe place for people to come and shop and have fun. They started promoting Nawate Dori as a place where you can come and buy and go home safely. In Japanese, the word for buy and go home are both keru, which also happens to be the word for frog, and thus the frog theme was born. Just about anything you could possibly want to buy, there's a frog theme for it. Little pots, little snow globes, little welcome signs. Almost every shop has something frog themed to suit your desires. Since a lot of these souvenirs are handcrafted by local artists, I highly recommend getting something like a little frog charm. Because in Japan, frogs represent bringing things back to you. So if you hang it on your purse or your wallet, it's supposed to bring money back to you. A shop like this, these are a little more mass-produced, so you can get them a little bit cheaper. But I highly recommend you support the local artists because those goods that they make are really nice. Alright, I'm hungry from all this filming. I'm gonna go get that ramen. This wind is really picking up. I don't think I can stay out here much longer. I think it's gonna start raining soon. A group of really nice French tourists just got to this ramen shop before I did, so I'm gonna be waiting out here in the wind for a while before the worker can even take my order. Finally got my ramen. Because this is pretty basic ramen at pretty basic prices, you'll find a lot of the locals coming here to eat lunch during their lunch break. Times like this I wish I had hair to exaggerate how windy it is. That was good, but I think I have a little bit more time before the rain starts, so I'm gonna grab a dessert. I have a couple options. One is senbei, which is rice crackers sweetened with a soy sauce. And the other one is a taiyaki, which is a fish cake. It's basically using waffle or pancake batter, and they fill it with a sweet red bean. I'm looking for something sweet, so I'm gonna go with the taiyaki. This is the messiest taiyaki I've ever seen. This thing's all over the place. It's it's a little noisy here. I think I'll move to another spot. It's because of this waterfall. It's quite pretty, but it's pretty noisy. Ah, much better. So this taiyaki, usually these things are filled with a sweet red bean, but I've had that plenty of times, so I'm trying the one filled with custard. It's good. Nawate Street's only a few blocks from Matsumoto Castle, so if you're in Matsumoto, you'd be foolish not to stop by. It's a fun place to go, whether it's raining or whether there's really strong, crazy winds. It's just a nice, easy stroll. It should only take you a few minutes to walk down, and you can spend as much time as you want browsing around. That's good fish. I can see the birds. They're surrounding me. They're waiting for me to drop something. I still have coffee. Ah, it's still hot. Ah, that's perfect. That's why you buy the official Thermos brand. I'm glad I finally took the time to actually browse around this street, because it was exactly as awesome as I was expecting it to be. Well, I've pretty much had my fill of the street, no pun intended, so I'm gonna head out of here. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my Discovery Makes Knowledge YouTube channel. If you're watching this YouTube video on Facebook or through some link, make sure that you click the actual link to YouTube so that you can subscribe. Before I go, I want to give a big shout out to Caleb Mardini and Donna Stoles, because they are my first patrons over at my Patreon page. And because even just a couple of dollars really helps me out making these videos, I really appreciate the support they've shown. If you want to support me through Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/dmakes_k. I'll put the link in the description of this video below, so go check it out. I hope you like this video. See you next time.